So good morning, everyone. Again, thank you to the organizers for having me to share a little bit of the experience of what we are doing within Santander in what we call Pago Nxt, which is a new company we have created to give a strong push to our presence in the fintech world with a clear focus around payments. So let me see if I manage to get this moving. Okay, so as we define Pago Nxt as our corporate claim, Pago Nxt is all about payments. We have a strong focus, which I believe it's very important for several reasons. Certainly because payments sit at the core of the business we do and where we have strong skills, but also payments are sort of the blood of the living system in financial services and are absolutely fundamental to our customers. And we are the next generation because the way we want to be positioned in this exciting business is obviously doing the right thing for our customers and leveraging the best technology that is available to convey new business models and new opportunities. If you allow me, I'm going to spend just a few minutes telling you what we're doing within Pago Nxt, and obviously then I'll focus on how we are using Agile as a key way of fast forwarding our build and as a key driver as well of giving a strong push to our business models. So Pago Nxt, basically, as Pablo said, is a new company created by Santander where we incorporate our most disruptive payment business. And as a result of it, and as a result of our critical scale, we have, in a way, created one of the largest fintech companies in the world. We are structured around three, what we call three verticals. You could call it some other way, and I'll explain soon what are those. That comprise 7 business units. We, of course, operate from a start in 10 countries that define the global footprint of Santander, but our ambition certainly is go beyond that franchise and being fully global. Currently, we're about 1,400 people, but the numbers are growing very fast. It's a little bit scary when I think that only a couple of years ago, I was the beginning of the company by myself, soon joined by my key management team, and now we are already a very, very large fintech. In fact, as said, one of the largest in the world. So what do we do? I said we're grouped around 3 verticals. We provide merchant solutions, obviously for retailers, for the typical customers, from very small mom and pop shops that operate in most cities of the world to the largest multinationals and corporates that bank with institutions like Santander in helping them facilitate their commerce. We provide trade solutions to facilitate the international business and the international commerce of SMEs and corporates around the world. And certainly we aim and we provide great payment solutions to individual customers. Let me just give you one glance on each of those. So Merchant Solutions is about contributing to consolidate commerce as one of the key drivers of economic activity in the world and critical to the substance of how human beings relate to each other. And we talk about commerce, and commerce is not just, you see obviously a picture of a traditional shop, but commerce, as some people say, commerce is commerce. It doesn't matter where it happens, whether it happens physically or it happens online, e-commerce, or it happens by phone, or whichever way you want. We have to be there. We have to be providing solutions for our merchant partners to be able to conduct commerce in the most efficient way and offer fantastic experiences to the customers they serve. So through GetNet, which is our global brand, we provide services, not just payment services, but value-added services for merchants and acquirers worldwide. On trade, we want to be very clear and bold that this is an activity that the Santander, obviously, it's quite intrinsic to our profile, to what our banks do. But we thought that through deployment of the most modern technology and a single global platform, we could provide a scalable, great infrastructure to facilitate transactional banking to our SMEs and corporates. We do this through three main blocks or business units. Ivory, it's a very successful startup where we took a very relevant stake last year that basically provides financial solutions to simplify international trade with a special focus on SMEs and corporates. One Trade, which is our global single platform that provides solutions for managing payments, foreign exchange, cash management, trade finance, supply chain finance solutions to our SMEs and corporates, initially to the Santander Bank franchise, but moving into open market at the end of this year. And the Payment Hub, which is a fantastic piece of modern infrastructure that allows a single connection to financial institutions or e-commerce partners to get access on a 24/7 way to any local payment scheme that is worth considering. On the consumer side, this is a crowded space where we believe we have unique propositions. Super Digital, it's well present already in Latin America, initially in Brazil, and extending across the region throughout this year, bringing the opportunity of the unbanked segment of the population to get access to modern ways of managing their payment needs and financial services, and PagoFX, which is a great solution to help individual customers to send money abroad in a simple manner and quite efficiently, while not giving up on the confidence that a big institution like us give to this type of transactions, which are key to our customers. So all in all, basically through Pago Nxt and with, as I said, a very strong focus on payments, we want to make sure that we grow and reinforce our opportunity to strengthen our customer engagement with our 150 million customers that we serve all over the world. We have over 4 million SMEs that bank with us, of which a big number of them require international solutions. So by putting all this business and focus on Pago Nxt as a single company that has a lot of autonomy and the attitude and mindset of a startup, but combining the scale and global reach of Santander, we believe we're going to be, and we are already offering fantastic opportunity first to our customers, which is the key driver of what we do, but secondly to our company and our shareholders. And again, Pago Nxt is sort of the holding brand for our business, but it combines a good set of very iconic brands that distinguish our services across the three verticals that I cover and you see on the right. Why we do this? We do this because first, we all see what's happening around transactional banking and payments, and most of the technology and disruption is coming through that sector or that segment of our business. It's a growing one, it's a quite profitable one, and obviously if we want to serve well our customers, we have to be very relevant on this space and be able to leverage technology as best as any other startup in the world. But obviously the figures speak by themselves. We're talking about a huge market, one that is growing. In many aspects, the pandemic is actually accelerating trends that make our ability to deploy these solutions even stronger, and we see statistics around that every single day. So this is key for Pago Nxt and obviously key for Santander as well. Now, if you allow me, I will just want to give a couple of ideas about why we have a little bit of customer obsession. Providing unique and amazing customer experiences to our customers is absolutely fundamental to what we do. Sorry, I don't know what happened here. Yeah. So if we look at traditional ways by which organizations are structured, the typical one on the left is about a very functional one with a lot of interdependency, with illusion of what is actually trying to be achieved. We probably that's the way traditional banks or large institutions like us operated in the past. In the middle, we have how a startup works, and obviously is a smaller environment. It's a very focused one. It's driven exactly for bringing a great solution to our customers. We want to get the best combination of both. All right. We want, of course, to leverage our scale, presence, our relationship with those 147 million customers, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we behave as a startup on the way we develop and build our businesses. And that's what we have on the right, our Pago Nxt model. Obviously, being such a large organization, we cannot aim to have just a single purpose. We are a much broader one. So focusing on bringing collaboration and transparency to our business. No, sorry, they're telling me. Let me see what happened here. Can I get confirmation that now the screen is being seen?
Yes, Javier. Go ahead, we can see.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, apologies. So I was commenting on this slide, and I will not repeat myself because you got the voiceover. But basically, we are fully focused on our customer. We organize ourselves in small cross-functional teams across a number of geographies, combining the tech talent, combining the business people, the operations team, the legal, the compliance, all in micro environments across our different business units within Santander to make sure that we remain fully focused and centered around building unique customer experiences in every one of our businesses and process. I will give you just one example in the trade vertical that I commented about. One of the key areas for us was delivering a unique one trade FX service and functionality, FX for foreign exchange. This is, as you can imagine, a quite complex one where we need to blend together elements around payments, elements around interaction with our market teams. We need to make sure operationally everything works as a clock. Obviously, technology plays a critical one here, compliance. I mean, so it was absolutely fundamental to build a delivery team in such a way that we would be able to have that level of cross-functionality and agility across every single one of our development teams, while at the same time remaining fully focused on our idea and purpose of building a single global platform and sharing all and having a centralized view and understanding of our roadmap. So and then interacting and sharing and bouncing back on our business teams to get the customer voice and making sure that we would have a great opportunity and a flexible one to incorporate every single need or any piece of feedback from our customers and business teams to react and make sure that what we were building and doing was absolutely unique and second to none in terms of offering the best FX solutions to our customers. I think it would have been absolutely impossible to try to do anything like this without an agile methodology, without making sure that we were all focused and and center around solving the needs for our customers and having all the voices at once to make sure that we could build and react as needed without the typical waterfall approach or more sequential one. This is the way, and obviously I will not try to cover. I'm sure that all of you, by the way, are much more experts in the pure Agile methodology than I am, but I've been seeing the impressive results that Agile has brought to our business for a good number of years already in a number of different positions that I've held at the bank. And I'm a 100% supporter of the advantage of Agile to gain speed, to be more efficient, to attract the best talent, because everyone that works on an Agile environment realizes the impact that brings and the ability to play and use the best pieces of technology and methodologies that are around. So this is a good example of how our teams are organized around squads, combining the architecture roles, the technical leads, the experts on designing the customer journeys, the developers, etc., with a single purpose to achieve our targets. Let me move to just basically a couple of slides to finish. For us, it is very important to make sure that we have a way to measure what we're doing. I said we started this journey of building Pago Nxt a little bit less than 2 years ago, so about 18 months more or less. We had to develop a new cloud environment to deploy these platforms and these solutions, and we had to do it in a very speedy way, while at the same time making sure that the architecture we were building was the right one to facilitate all these objectives of having great customer experiences, data integrity, of course, compliance, because we're managing a very important activity for our customers. And as you can imagine, we use all the things that one should consider these days. Orchestrators build everything around microservices and API layer to facilitate the integration of these global pieces with the different businesses that we have across the market, a single data layer that allows to have an end-to-end view of what's happening in our platforms, et cetera, et cetera. And we had to do this not just building the global solution, but we had to do it facilitating the ability of our various banks to enjoy and use and deploy these services and integrate them in their existing business catalog. So methodology was absolutely key. Having rigor about the way we prioritize, having a very strict project management that allows to have this understanding of how the different teams developing their sprints and releases were performing in order to actually be able to achieve our release moments and milestones. Making sure that we had a very active dialogue as well with our banks, because at the end of the day, many of these services are going to reach our customers through the dialogue with our banks, and making sure that we, as I said, were fully focused on being able to measure the critical impact on how we serve our customers through deploying this simplified process was key. So just emphasize that Agile is obviously about empowering teams to do right things, but when you launch Agile at a scale, you need to be able to control it. You need to be able to have a good understanding of what is working and what is not, manage it in a way as a portfolio of projects within the complexity of the organization. And if you do that, you get amazing results, as I believe has been our case. And just to close, and apologies if I went a little bit over my time, I want to emphasize basically what we're doing within Pago Nxt is at the cornerstone of Santander strategy. This focus on payments, we believe it's critical to enable us to continue growing and reinforcing the relationships we have with our customers and with the customers that we aim to serve when we go open market later this year. We're doing this by incorporating the most disruptive technology into designing and building our payments business. And it would have been absolutely impossible to do what we're doing and what we need to continue doing, because we are just at the beginning of the journey in a way, although we are operational across the 3 platforms already. It would have been impossible without having a couple of things very clear on our minds. First one being fully focused around the customer, so bring this customer centricity into the daily life of each of our cells that build and deliver these great solutions, and having a continuous delivery model, leveraging agile methodologies to make sure that we hit our goals and our milestones. So thank you very much, Pablo, and that would be all from my side. So happy, hopefully I'm able to stop sharing my screen and going back to you.
Thank you, Javier. Many thanks for sharing these ideas with us. I really enjoyed your presentation. I like particularly your and your team customer focus orientation. It's a great example of how, as you mentioned earlier, to scale Agile in a large organization. We have received many questions, Javier, so I will need to choose maybe a couple of them just due to time constraints. So first question, are you ready to go?
Yes. We're fully operational already. Obviously, as agile methodology, doesn't launch everything at once. It's a continuous delivery model. So we are operational with the first MVPs across the different platforms. Some of them are more advanced than others, but yes, we are ready to go.
Excellent. So one of the questions is how long time Santander has been working with Agile frameworks and concepts, and how the first days did look like?
Wow. I think Santander overall maybe was 2013, 2014, which was quite same time that I started to enjoy from a business point of view the benefits of Agile. And probably the Agile we used at that time wasn't the one that we're using now. It has matured, it has evolved, but we very soon realized that it was the right way to get ourselves organized to achieve our objectives and milestones in a more consistent manner, to empower our teams and feel them that what they're doing makes sense, that is attractive and brings impact much faster than the way we used to do it. And I think it's been a gradual evolution. Obviously, we have refined the methodology to make it far more homogeneous across the deployment we do in the group. The corporate team has done a fantastic job in helping everyone across the different countries to embrace it. It's been a little bit more difficult at times. And I would highlight as well that this pandemic has brought us a next iteration on the concept of Agile, because we all associated Agile, at least myself in the very beginning, as bringing together the people that have to deliver something, give them all the empowerment and flexibility to do it their way, sort of roadmap and methodology, but let them do. Now with the pandemic, physical presence is not as simple. So obviously we have learned to work Agile remotely as well. And we've seen great results on things that probably we didn't expect only a couple of years ago. So yeah, fantastic journey.
Yeah, as you mentioned, actually, I think the key is that everyone is working remotely, so it's easy to get that connection and to take advantage also of the skills and different skill of people that maybe is very difficult to find it very close to your office. So, you can actually leverage a skill from different countries, even of the challenge of the different time zones. We have been working in Agile teams where we cope with all those different. So it's very, very, very good to hear the experience and the life experience you are having with that team, especially because I guess that you, as you mentioned at the beginning of your presentation, you are seeing the result of the key metrics at the business level. So thank you for sharing that with us. And the last question, Javier, I received is, which are your views about the payments in the near future? Because as you know, it has been very important in the last years, and I think will become more and more important in the future. So which are your views about the evolution of payments in the near future?
Wow, I think we could spend quite a long time talking about this one, but I'll try to just give a flavor. Payments will continue to be super relevant. Obviously, the concept of instant payments will become the norm. Cash is probably, I wouldn't say close to disappear, but it's on its way of certainly losing a lot of relative weight and importance in some more mature economies faster than in others. But we see the clear decrease of cash in all transactions. Again, the pandemic here has made a significant change. For example, I was reading this morning on the paper that through a pandemic, debit payments in Spain just grew 40% in just a small period of time. So, and you see it every day. The third component, I would say, is removing friction will continue to be the norm. Express checkouts, self-checkouts will become more dominant and will all leave amazing experiences in our day-to-day lives, on our individual routines, but also within our companies in our ability to do increasingly complex transactions in a very simple manner. So I think we're going to continue seeing a lot of change and positive movement around payments.
Thank you, Javier. So you have a good challenge, as we said before, ahead. So thank you very much for joining us today and for helping us spreading agile practices and mindset around the world. So all the best for you, for your team in this new endeavor of Pago Nxt.
Thank you, Pablo, and thank you, everyone, and best wishes for the festival.